We begin with America and its guns as President Obama prepares to announce his sweeping plan to curb gun violence tomorrow. Across the country, millions have already rushed out to buy a record number of new guns. And one man who thinks that's a very good thing, radio shock jock Alex Jones. He made national headlines last week with a fiery pro-gun tirade that quickly went viral. And that's not all he's got to say. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
Are you for Hitler or against Hitler? Whatever they say, it's the opposite. They never tell the truth.
Tonight, as millions of Americans worry about the government taking away their guns, this man, Alex Jones, is pushing a lot of buttons.
And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? The Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns.
When Jones went on CNN's Piers Morgan tonight,
Alex, why do our government ship guns into Mexico?
Alex,
to discuss gun control in the wake of the Sandy Hook massacre,
you're a hatchet man of the New World Order.
He created a sensation. This video went massively viral.
And I want to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here.
But who is Alex Jones?
We've got ABC Nightly News / Nightline here.
Despite his mistrust of the so-called mainstream media, Jones agreed to let us into his world for a day.
Hey, we're just soldiers looking across each other on the picket line here. America has been captured. America is being robbed. We are now being looted like a third world nation. Well, I'm not going to sit down and shut up.
Jones is arguably the nation's premier purveyor of what could be called paranoia porn.
The Obama deception. The truth strikes back.
I'm live in 30 seconds.
All right. Out of his studios near Austin, Texas, his radio show and webcast reach an estimated 1 million people a day.
This federal intrusion is out of control.
And on YouTube and elsewhere, Jones estimates 200 million people have seen his various documentaries.
We're taking our destiny back! You're not our gods or our masters!
With titles like The Fall of the Republic, Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, and The Obama Deception. Do you actually believe everything you say?
I believe all of it, absolutely. What I'm telling is the truth.
None of it is, a shtick, a show at all?
No, it's all true.
You think Obama's a criminal?
Barack Obama is definitely an unconstitutional criminal.
Jones espouses a litany of conspiracy theories, although he thinks that term belittles his reporting. FEMA's running concentration camps?
Yes. They have designated sports stadiums. They have designated fields for the American people during a civil uprising.
The government's poisoning the water?
Absolutely. I have all these other government documents where the government proposes and government think tanks propose poisoning the water to dumb down the population, make them more easily manageable.
9/11 was an inside job?
Yes, 9/11 was an inside job. It was a staged event to launch the Iraq War and to set up a domestic police state here in the United States.
All I'm calling for is a real investigation, and the people of Oklahoma City have been calling for an investigation.
Jones, who's 38, got his start with a local cable access show in the 1990s. He now has a huge fan base, which at various times has included celebrities like Willie Nelson, Jesse Ventura, Charlie Sheen.
We want our country back, Mr. President. I'm calling on each and every American citizen to wake up, stand up, and demand the truth.
And reality stars Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
Spencer Pratt, good to have you on with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be on with you. You are a true legend, a true American patriot.
Look in the mirror.
He does have vociferous critics, including experts who monitor hate groups who worry about Jones's influence during this tense time in America.
There's a scientific dictatorship controlling the planet.
However, Jones sometimes seems to latch onto small pieces of information to prove his much larger, more sinister theories.
We've been warning you.
For example, while we're here, he says this about an article he found on CNN.com.
And they recommend having a one-child policy.
And I looked up the article, and I have it, and I can pull it up for you. It's actually a fluffy feature piece interviewing a woman who wrote a semi-jokey book about having environmentally friendly sex, in which she talks about dating on your bicycle.
And then slipped in there, it says we might want a one-child policy or to adopt.
But it was a sarcastic little aside, not like CNN calling.
See, it's all sarcastic. But see, we've gone from there's no move for a world government, it doesn't exist, nuts talk about it, to you can't prove the world government that's being formed is murderous.
I'm not even granting you that there's a world government being formed.
Yeah, that's why you're discredited.
Despite all of his bluster, we found that when you turn the cameras off, Jones is a pretty calm, friendly guy.
Alex, how could you play football with the enemy?
We went out to dinner with him and discussed a wide range of topics way outside of government conspiracies. He's also downright ebullient about his wife and 3 children.
So your son knows the word propaganda?
Yes.
A 7-year-old? Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you're Alex Jones's son.
I mean, the most important thing is he knows everybody has an agenda, including myself.
He is a man with an agenda.
I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
One that, after this remarkable interview,
How many guns do you own?
populations. I probably own more than 50 firearms. I sleep very comfortably outside Austin, Texas.
is now being scrutinized very closely. For Nightline, this is Dan Harris in New York.